Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dio's Bizarre Holiday Singles, where Swiq and ASecretBox have both just rolled 8 to start off the match. I am Dio, here for a winner's bracket semifinals match alongside iFlame once again. How's it going, iFlame?
It's going great. In this one, we've got two of the top players in the tournament, two of the potential favorites to go far, and these players have been performing incredibly well so far. If you look back at last week, ASecretBox placed third in terms of individual placement, but did have the highest average score, had two top scores, two top 3 scores, and was really solid all around. Swiq, now known as Hot Dog 2000, of course, got some really good scores as well, was 4th individual in terms of match cost, so wasn't too far behind as we get the first ban into. You really don't want to play reading into ASecretBox. We'll see what ASecretBox opts to ban. Maybe is going to ban out a couple of those faster speed picks, in the DT categories, but tends to be pretty good at those.
Yeah, I would even say, though, both of these players don't want to play the same things. They both are not the best at tech. They're both not the best, honestly, at reading either. ASecretBox is decent at it, but definitely far more well-known for, honestly, his stream speed and stuff like DT aim. So it's not, I don't think it's something that either of them really want to pick into. And yeah, we've had Nomad 4, Nomad 6 banned out by ASecretBox, Hidden 2, 3mod 1 banned out by Swiq. So neither of them wanting to pick into anything tech. They both banned one tech map and one reading map. If that doesn't tell you that they both hate the same things and don't want to play them, I don't know what does, right? So we are probably getting a few mechanics maps here to start things out in this matchup. But it is going to be Nomad 3 for Swiq as the first pick here. It's kind of mechanics. It's flow aim and jump aim, which are both mechanics. It's technically the alt pick in Nomad, but it's honestly more like a mechanics pick than it is a traditional alt pick.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, ASecretBox, top score on last week's Nomad 3, so a little bit scary, but as you said, it is a little bit different than your traditional alt map, so I have to imagine if Swiq is picking this first, has to feel pretty confident on this one. It is a much longer map, so really is going to test that consistency. And at 160 BPM, it is slightly higher BPM than your traditional alt map as well, but should be pretty comfortable for both of these players regardless.
Yeah, that time is a lie, by the way. The song is 4.5 minutes. The actual map is 1 minute and 57 seconds. So
Oh, good.
That is a lie.
ASecretBox with the early miss. And, if the map is indeed 1 minute 57 seconds, those early misses are going to start to add up, especially with ASecretBox finding another. You start to see how kind of heavily spaced these patterns are, and these cross-screen jumps, although they are relatively slow at only 160, they can trip some players up. Hot Dog Swiq is finally going to trade that one back, and didn't build up as much of a lead as they would have liked, unfortunately. And so ASecretBox is going to slowly bring this one back. In fact, did drop some accuracy, so not going to take over the score advantage quite yet, but as long as ASecretBox can hold on to the combo, it should trend in ASecretBox's favor, barring any misses. And there's the miss from ASecretBox. That's going to be a big one, but immediately traded back, and all of a sudden, that miss is going to matter a whole lot less, as into the halfway mark, we are pretty much dead even.
Yeah, it's 12, 13K in favor of Swiq halfway through the map. Accuracy a good percent in his favor, though. And another couple of misses come out for both players. More of them for ASecretBox, though. More dropped accuracy as well. So the score lead goes to about 17K. It's still not much. Still very close between these two players as both of them continue to combo these really massive flow aim sections. ASecretBox with, again, the worst accuracy, and so the score lead continuing to move in favor of Swiq, now up to 37K and climbing. And there's a miss from ASecretBox that's not matched by Swiq. And it looks like this first pick is, oh, never mind! Massive chain miss for Swiq. I was going to say all but secured. Luckily for him, ASecretBox also found a couple of chain misses at the same time. Otherwise, that could have easily gone right on over to ASecretBox's side. And it's still not quite safe here at only 15K, but there's another few misses to come through for ASecretBox, and it is 26k in favor of Swiq by the end of the map. That is still enough for a point on the board and a successful first pick.
Yeah, Swiq gonna breathe a sigh of relief as it's a little bit close for comfort, but a point is a point, and ASecretBox, wasting no time at all, is gonna opt into the DT1, which is gonna be an AIM DT map, kind of your, well, I shouldn't say your standard DT farm map, because it is AR 10.5, which is incredibly high, something not all players are comfortable with, even at the higher level. It's not so common to play AR 10.5, but ASecretBox clearly comfortable on that level of AR.
See how both of these players do on this one. Again, I think a lot of these picks are going to be pretty close between the two of them. They both like playing similar things. They are both good at similar things in tournament, and so between the two of them, it looks like we should have a pretty close matchup, assuming that both of them are playing at about the same skill level, which, based off that first map, it does look like it. Early miss here for ASecretBox. Probably not going to matter too much, but it is 105 combo in favor of Swiq to start things off.
Yeah, and the good accuracy on both players into the start does indicate that both of them are at least relatively comfortable with the AR, so the AR itself shouldn't trip them up too much. But here we go into the stream. Swiq does get caught out by that one. You do have a couple longer bursts in this map. It can be tricky and not traded back by ASecretBox, but as ASecretBox drops some accuracy, does even things out a little bit, but will continue to slowly push this score lead. Plenty of time left for Swiq to make a comeback, and really isn't too far behind. 200 combo isn't going to be the end of the world as long as you can put up a good recovery.
That said, definitely a lot better for ASecretBox. Does still have that 200 combo lead now, and despite the early break, is in control of the map and the match for now. See how long he remains in control, as that's really the deciding factor. Now it's a huge miss from Swiq right in the middle of the map into the second Ki time, and ASecretBox still holding this reverse choke, doing very, very well for himself with the combo, a percent up in accuracy as well. And no major issues for ASecretBox on this whatsoever now after that very, very early miss, about 105 combo in or so. And at this point, the lead, I think, is insurmountable for Swiq, so we're just looking to see how far ASecretBox can take it.
Yeah, I mean, with this accuracy, potentially very far. And it really has just been the bursts that have caught Swiq out time and time again. Hasn't struggled too much with the aim. But ASecretBox has struggled with nothing so far on this map. Nails that pattern as well. Now, only a quarter of the map to go, and this is quite possibly going to be the highest score on the map if ASecretBox can close this one out. Nails that jump section as well. Gonna close this one off in a very impressive fashion. It's gonna tie things up 1-1 here. And that is 1.4 million points for ASecretBox. Such an impressive score. And now it's over to Swiq with the next pick. We are early enough in the pool that Swiq still has quite a few good options. I could definitely see Swiq looking towards the Hard Rock pool. None of those Hard Rock maps were banned out. Definitely a skill set Swiq is known for and looked very good on last week especially, but really throughout the entire tournament. And I think at least looking at last week's scores, that is kind of the one area that Swiq has had an edge over ASecretBox. And so I think we're going to see Swiq picking quite a few of these Hard Rock picks throughout this match.
I was going to say, though, he did a roll 2 for his first pick, and it was a 2 on the roll 2. Surely his other option wasn't Nomad 2, right? So it's got to be Nomad 1 as the next pick for Swiq, and indeed it is. Destination Calabria. also known as Destination Unknown by Alex Gaudino and Crystal Waters. This is 256 BPM aim, 256 BPM jumps, 128 BPM alt aim if you prefer to full alt. But this is slow enough that a lot of players in this tournament are going to be single tapping this. And it's just straight up aim. It's just big back and forth aim at high BPM. That's really it. It's 8 stars. It's loved jump spam. You already know what it is.
Yeah, and there are some incredibly tough patterns in this map. We have seen a lot of players struggle on this one. You know, I don't think we've seen any FCs on this, and don't generally expect to, but of course, both of these players very, very talented in the aim department. And as we get into the map, we'll see if the Nomad one pays off for Swiq. I do like the pick, but you do still have to convert it to a point. The map isn't too crazy to start off, but after the slow section at the start, it very quickly gets into these much longer, much trickier jump sections. And the thing about this map as well is that OD's 8.5, so we have seen a lot of players finding one miss on a jump section and note locking, and you end up missing 5 notes, which tanks your accuracy as well. And on a map like this, where accuracy is generally easier, finding those 5 misses can give you a massive accuracy deficit of, you know, a full percent just off of a single pattern. So something to watch out for as we are about to get into the real tricky section of this map. The back and forth, these jumps incredibly fast, but both players still holding SS is such an incredible performance so far. The question is, which one of these two will be the first to drop? And so far, it's going to be, it is going to be Swiq.
You have to think somebody drops during the first PI time, right? And it is Swiq who finds that first miss. Those ending jumps right at the very end to bookend every KI time are so brutal. Just super high spacing, expanding spacing as well, so they just keep getting larger throughout the pattern. And we've seen, I don't know how many players break on that pattern. At least one player every single match has broken on something like that every single KI time right at the end. And here we go into the next one as well. 3, 2, 1, go into the second KI time. And it's another break for Swiq on some of the jumps in the middle of the map. ASecretBox does follow it up with another miss of his own, but that's a big score lead he built up with that heavy combo advantage during the first third of the map, or really second third of the map through the middle or so.
Yeah, and with that later miss from Swiq, doesn't really have the recovery combo to bring this one back without a massive choke from ASecretBox. I mean, we're going to need to see chain misses, which is certainly possible. The ending has some incredibly difficult patterns. Again, very easy to chain miss 5 straight notes, and if that happens 1 or 2 times, and Swiq can hold on to this combo, there should still be time to come back, but it's going to take a lot. 150,000 points to make up. It needs to be a miss from ASecretBox, and I think it's going to be a little too late as ASecretBox continues to hold. Yeah,
these misses need to come now because the actual ending to this map is pretty easy in comparison to a lot of other patterns. And there goes Swiq. And with that, that is going to seal it up. And ASecretBox going to be taking the break point on Destination Calabria. Taking a 200,000 or so score lead as well by the end of the map. 660k for ASecretBox to close things out on Nomad 1. A pretty good score. Really just missed right in that second KI time in the middle of the map. Both players, of course, with very, very good accuracy. 100, 150 for Swiq. 0 hundreds or 50s for ASecretBox. And after that first KI time, first and middle KI time catching Swiq off. One other miss at the end of the map as well. So basically just missed once in every KI time for Swiq. And ASecretBox far better for wear during that map, only missing during that middle KI.
Yeah, it really is the kind of map where if you can survive the first KI, you're likely just going to win the map because your opponent is going to have such an incredibly tough time matching the combo. But even then, ASecretBox had such good accuracy, looked so comfortable. It was a 2-miss SS, didn't find any 50s or 100s on that one. And has the DT3 as a pick, and I think this is going to be the trend. We're going to see ASecretBox look to pick through most of the DT pool, I would imagine. I mean, Swiq is solid on DTs, but I feel like you have to give ASecretBox a bit of an edge.
I think after the DT1, you're definitely going to give him a bit of an edge on the DTs in this match. That DT1 score was very, very good for ASecretBox. This map is a little different. It is kind of hybrid tapping, finger control, aim control in this map, with some 340 BPM bursts in the 1.6 and a lot of 1/3 aim control in this map. This is also variable timing, so it's not necessarily the same BPM all the way through, in addition to the rhythm changes. Those are two separate things. This red line's new timing and 1/3, 1/6. There are two separate things that this map does. On top of that, lots of high spacing streams, lots of cut streams, lots of general aim control on both the streams and the jump aim plus the 1/3. So it's a really, really tricky map, and we already see a couple of breaks for both players. Swiq going to find a break right at the end of that 1/6 burst as well. ASecretBox able to hold on through it, and already a huge lead here. It's a 100,000 score advantage for ASecretBox. A 6% accuracy lead and this 350 combo lead is absolutely brutal for Swiq to do anything about halfway into the map.
Yeah, I mean, Swiq just not looking so comfortable on this one. Meanwhile, ASecretBox is on what is effectively an FC in terms of score. And with half of the map to go, I mean, if ASecretBox doesn't miss in the next 20 seconds, realistically, it's just going to be over with no chance of coming back for Swiq. And that looks to be where this match is headed, as ASecretBox is still holding strong. There is one tough section coming up, but Swiq is going to need to be flawless. And even then, it won't be enough if ASecretBox never misses, and ASecretBox is going to be up by 2 now.
Yeah, it does find the miss right near the end of the map, but as you said, this is not going to matter. Way past the point of no return there for Swiq. And that now is ASecretBox up 3-1 consolidated breakpoint after the DT3 pick. Breakpoint on the Nomad 1, and then consolidates with DT3 here. Gets the A rank, almost 800 combo on that as well. It's a pretty good score on double time on this map. This has one DT only FC and 3 hidden double time FCs, and all the hidden double time FCs are by aliens, so those don't really count. So realistically, there's like one DT FC on this map by a normal human being.
Yeah, finally, we're getting the Hard Rock pick from Swiq. It's going to be the Hard Rock 2. This is CS 7.8, 4.5 minutes. And this one, incredibly tough with the Hard Rock. We have seen most players have a really tough time on this one. And while I think these players will do slightly better on it, we shouldn't see any FCs.
Yeah, no. No FCs on this map at all. It's you are going to break. It's just a question of how infrequent you can keep the breaks in this map, and how big of a single combo you can string together during this pick, because you're going to find breaks. There's no shot that anybody FCs this map this weekend. So yeah, just pray that you can string together a big combo during one of the KI times. I think that's really the key, is if either player hits one of the KI times, especially the first KI, that miss from Swiq is hilarious. Especially the first KI time, they're rewarded with a pretty big string of combos. So if we see either of them hit any of these KI times, I think that might be the tipping point in this map.
Yeah, and even then, if the players trade misses in the KIs, and one player finds a couple unlucky misses in the slow sections, like Swiq is doing now, that could very easily swing the flow of this match as well. Like, ASecretBox doesn't need to get the advantage in the KI times if Swiq continues to drop in these slower sections. But on a map like this, really, even 500 combo is really solid and should get you a decent lead. As right now, both players are trading misses. ASecretBox is going to be enjoying a nice 10,000 point lead. That could change in the blink of an eye, but it's at least a good sign for now. Accuracy is quite solid for both players, but it's the combo that is the struggle on this map.
This is some very good accuracy for ASecretBox, by the way. I know combo is the main indicator on this map, but This kind of accuracy is not something that we have seen so far this weekend. So this is really incredible act for ASecretBox. 97 usually would be accuracy worth talking about from Swiq here. I mean, that is good still. But that 99 from ASecretBox is absolutely massive, and I think is a pretty big reason why he's still quite ahead in score. 30k is not huge, but when the total score is under 300k, yeah, 30k is a decent lead. And we have both players breaking once again into the second KI time here. I need a little bit more act drops to come through for ASecretBox down below. Oh, massive chain miss for ASecretBox. But Swiq doesn't have any combo to take advantage. It does bring the score a little bit closer, though, down to 14k. ASecretBox continuing to find miss after miss in this second KI time. I don't know if it's mouse drift or what. Maybe it's a mouse drift issue, because suddenly it just seemed like something flipped the switch and his aim is completely gone.
Yeah, I mean, ASecretBox has been actually just under aiming a lot of these patterns. Could definitely be a mouse issue. Now, Swiq has been trading a lot of these misses back, but the problem is it tends to be, you know, a miss here, a slider break here for Swiq. ASecretBox, meanwhile, is finding, you know, 5+ misses at a time, and I mean, you can see the aim is just, it's really falling apart into the second half, and it's 30,000 points now, but it's just looking so rough for Sliq. Even on this slow section here, finds 6 misses, just, again, under aiming that stream. And yeah, this one might be over unless we see ASecretBox find a really good recovery here.
And yeah, I am 100% convinced that is mouse drift for ASecretBox, because about halfway into the map, it just looked like his aim was completely changed. He had really solid accuracy, was holding better combo for the entire first half, and then bang, a switch flipped, and I guess the mouse drifted off the mouse pad or something, because my god, his aim is unfortunately just not very good during the second half of this map. And Swiq, meanwhile, has kept pretty consistent throughout, has been able to hold pretty good accuracy, pretty good combo throughout the map. It's nothing like the top scores on the map that we've seen that have had, you know, 800-900 combo, but this is still a good score from Swiq for sure. And unfortunately, ASecretBox, if he had been able to maintain that accuracy from earlier, I think probably would have just about kept pace with Swiq throughout the entire rest of this map.
Yeah, I think it's quite telling that ASecretBox is following the patterns themselves incredibly well. It's just doing so ever so slightly behind the notes, and so it turns into a chain of misses. But yeah, ultimately a very good pick for Swiq. Is going to keep this one a close match at 3-2, and very much still in this one. Only needs one breakpoint to get right back to even, and being best of 13, there's a lot of time to get that one back, especially in the later stages as the pool starts to thin out. ASecretBox, with the next pick, does still have a couple of DTs open. I believe the DT2 and the DT4 are the options, but doesn't necessarily have to go for DT. I think something like the Nomad 2 would look really good for ASecretBox. That's another map that Box did top score last weekend by a gigantic margin. I believe had an 860k score on the map. Second best was 600k. And yeah, here's the Nomad 2 coming out. No surprises there.
Yeah, ASecretBox is one of the best flow aim, high BPM stream players in the world. So not really surprising at all that we see this come out from him. Destroy, 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 the happy end by Chroma. This is 218 BPM mixed mech tech, I guess, is what you would call this. It's 218 BPM, super high spacing, high curvature streams with a lot of slider jumps, some slider streams, a little finger control, a lot of normal jump aim as well. It's just kind of a very techy mixed jump and stream map. So if you're really good at the stream sections, you don't find the chain misses that your opponent might find. And that can often end up determining things because, frankly speaking, that's the hardest part of the map.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's just small chance you could fall behind on the other sections, but with players of this caliber, it's not likely. Again, the streams are going to be the biggest obstacle, and that, at least on paper, favors ASecretBox. In my mind, does find the early miss, and that's actually going to be quite a comfortable lead for Swiq, but it's not too short of a map. 2 minutes and 30 seconds is going to give ASecretBox lots of time to make a comeback, especially as we're not into the super crazy streams yet, and Swiq gets caught down on that one right before the slow section here, so you know, a little bit of extra combo for Box, and this score lead is going to shrink very, very quickly as we get into the next tricky section, unless we see a quick miss from Box.
Yeah, Swiq clearly not happy with that, of course. I don't think anyone would be. That slider break for Box is not good. That is not what you want to see during this section of the map. And now I think the entire map really does come down to that ending stream section. The score lead is only 25k here for Swiq. Box finds another slider break right before it, though. Another chain miss to come through for Swiq right before, or right at the start of this difficult stream section. We're not even into the most difficult streams of the map yet at all. And here we go, finally into the ending. A couple of buzz sliders here into the cut streams, into the slider jumps, into the high curvature streams. Swiq's the first one to find the break after that free combo from the buzz sliders. ASecretBox still holding during this jump section with the slider aim, with the higher spacing and high curvature streams. There's the most difficult streams in the map. And Box is still just absolutely demolishing this second half of the map. No issues whatsoever for him, and that does indeed end up deciding the map. And that's kind of the point of the Nomad too. If you're really good at the stream section, you're supposed to win, and that is definitely the case in this match.
Yeah, I mean, found some early struggles. You know, it's looking a little bit shaky through the first half, and then Box just is nearly flawless on the hardest section of the map by far. So yeah, that'll get you the win on that map every single time. And Box going to continue to be up 4-2, still only up by 1 breakpoint, but it does put pressure on Swiq, right? Because having already given up 1 breakpoint, a second breakpoint is so devastating, and you really feel a lot more pressure to win every single one of your own picks. Whereas, you know, if you haven't given up a breakpoint yet, maybe giving up one doesn't feel like the end of the world. We'll see what Swiq opts into here. Does still have that full Hard Rock pool open, and I think should continue to pick into the Hard Rock most likely. I don't really see the DTs. The Nomad 5 seems very coin flip. And yeah, Hard Rock 1 I actually do like as a pick.
Okay,
Hard Rock 3 first. I'm sure we'll get the Hard Rock 1 eventually. I have to imagine it's probably just picking through the not the DT, the Hard Rock pool at this point. As obviously, Hard Rock 1 mapped by the best mapper in the game.
Of course, yeah. Definitely that counts, yeah. On to the Hard Rock 3, though. This is another chapter by Corrado P, featuring Rita, mapped by Handtrick. So, fun story about this map. I actually had a different diff of this that I just had unranked graveyard diff, been around forever, and the mapper deleted the set, and I was like, oh, that sucks. This would be perfect for Hard Rock this week. So I looked up the song name on the OS website to see if there was any other sets of it, and I found this one, and in the description, Handtrick specifically put, with inspiration from this other set that got deleted, because the map got deleted and I really liked it, so I wanted to map something similar to replace it. So this is literally a direct replacement for the set that got deleted off of the game, mapped by Handtrick, which I don't know if I've ever had that happen before, where I'm like, oh man, the set got deleted, that sucks. I wonder if there's a replacement, and somebody else literally mapped a replacement for it.
Handtrick saving the day with this replacement. Shoutouts there. Very short map as we get into this one. Box does find the early miss, and once again, both players looking incredibly good on accuracy. Swiq drops a lot of that accuracy, as does find a big chain miss on that burst, but actually not going to be too far behind, as the accuracy is going to recover, and 12,000 points, really not going to be the end of the world. So you expect to see quite a few more misses, but the next chain miss comes out from Swiq as well. So now, with this 200 combo advantage, Box is going to be able to build a pretty comfortable score lead here, already up to 60,000 points, and that is going to continue to grow as Box continues to hold this combo.
And this combo for Box, this accuracy for Box is also really good. Why does he break there? What was that break on, man? How? How is that the break? How is that your miss? I don't understand.
Look, the map is just not hard enough for Box.
I guess not.
It. It's only a measly 8.29 stars to you.
Yeah, it's only 8.3 stars, man. I mean, it's not that hard. Gosh, not hard enough. I don't know exactly how that miss happened, but really unfortunate miss for Box. He's still in this. He still has the score lead, still has a big accuracy lead, and Swiq needs to hold this combo for a while into the ending to really bring the score back, and that's an instant miss for Swiq as soon as we get into the last quarter of the map. So Box pretty safe at the moment. Another couple of misses on those, I think, 1-1 jumps for Swiq, and now it's looking very good for Box for yet another breakpoint to come through on this Hard Rock 3. As that, aside from that miss right at the start and that miss in the middle of the map, Box looking nigh untouchable on this. 99.36 accuracy, finds one more miss right at the end for good measure, and is going to take it home. This map, by the way, also breaks the tournament client somehow. I don't know how that happens, but every time, not just for me, but for every streamer in the tournament this weekend, when the map ends, it doesn't end, actually. You just get to sit there and not look at the scores, which is hilarious. I don't know exactly what happened to break that, but yeah, I have to manually add the points and then bring us over to the map pool scene.
Very good time, but DT2 is going to be an even better time for Box, as Swiq is in a very tough spot now. You need to find a breakpoint. Actually, you need to find 2 breakpoints at the very least, and with DT2, DT4 both still open, that is going to be incredibly tough, but, you know, still possible. This DT2 is 201 BPM. It is very tapping heavy, and so far, we have seen Box absolutely go off on these tapping maps. Swiq has had a tough time keeping up. We'll see if that continues to be the case on this third DT pick of the match.
Yeah, it's 200 BPM, so it is tapping. It is a lot of streams. It's a little finger control as well, as you can see during this part. But I think the main skill set in this map is really the flow aim. There are Accel, decel streams, and not the really comfortable farm kind, but the really uncomfortable, awkward kind of Accel, decel streams that you see a lot in tech maps and such. And also, they're mostly cut streams at the same time, so combining those two different types of flow aim makes it really, really tricky. So it's a map where you have to be really on point with your flow aim, and on top of that, it's AR 10.3 and CS5, which just makes it another layer of difficult. And here we go into the first major stream section. You can see exactly what I'm talking about here. Tons of Accel, decel patterning and cut streams mixed in with it.
Yeah, but yet again, right, it's Box finding the early miss, and that means Swiq has to find a miss in the Ki for Box to make a comeback. And this time around, at least so far, Swiq has looked incredibly good, keeping the accuracy up. Does drop a little bit here, but notably holds onto the combo, and that is going to be the key. Box, though, has the recovery, is ready to pounce if Swiq misses, and there the miss comes out, but Box trades it back. It is only a 10,000 point difference as Swiq is dropping a ton of accuracy, found so many chain misses. Box trades it right back. Dio, this is anyone's game still, halfway through.
Halfway through, a very slight combo lead and slight score lead for Swiq, but the AC is massively in favor of Box now, a good 3% advantage for him. But he does drop another miss on the jump aim here. That jump aim, aside from the Hard Rock 3 and the DT1, in a lot of other picks, it's been kind of rough for Box on some of the jump aim patterning that we've had so far through the map pool. Another one of these longer stream sections, and you've seen already what happens if you miss aim just one of these cuts. You start to chain miss and drop huge accuracy and combo. Another drop there for Swiq comes through. Box is able to hit the stream pattern, able to hold onto the combo into the jump triples here near the 2/3 mark or so through this map. It's only a 15k score lead or so right now But it's going to continue to grow for Box, who has both the AC lead, the combo lead, and the score lead now in his pocket.
Yeah, especially into the ending, this map gets so incredibly tough in the stamina department as Swiq has unfortunately found yet another miss. So now, even if Box does find the miss, the recovery combo is just not there, and we're kind of running out of time in this map. And I think, barring any massive chain misses from Box, which are still possible, but they're not likely. We haven't really seen them yet. It's been, a miss here and a miss there, but nothing crazy, keeping up the accuracy. And it's going to be yet another point for Box, and it's going to be on match point. Finds a decent size miss in the end, but it's not going to matter, as Box is going to win this one comfortably.
Yeah, it's about a 85k score lead for Box by the end of the map. Combo pretty much even. Axe still in his favor by 2% or so, and really it came down to those long stream chains in the middle and end of the map for ASecretBox, mostly in the middle of the map, as that's really where we started to see the score start to swap pretty hugely over to his favor, in spite of the early misses he had near the start of this map as well. So it really came down a lot to those stream patterns, and you can see where Swiq started to struggle quite a bit, that big drop in the HP graph. So unfortunately for Swiq, just not quite good enough on the Axel Decel stuff. And now
it's time, Dio. It is time.
The content.
This one is definitely for the content. This is in no way a Swiq favored pick, I would say. But it is certainly a good content pick, as it is going to be so much fun to see these two players put in their best attempt on the map. This map is so insanely brutal with Hidden. I don't know, Dio, what the top score is so far on this map. I want to say
it's like 300k, yeah.
That we saw earlier from... not Nineric, it was the other one.
Lexus,
who's doing it in this tournament. No, not Lexus. It was
Welter.
Welter, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like 300k. Nobody's getting above like 350k on this weekend. This is another one of those maps where, similar to the Hard Rock 2, it's all about, can you string together like one big combo, or can you keep your accuracy high for pretty much the entire map? And if you can do either of those things, then you're probably likely to win. But if you cannot do either of those things at some point during the map, then you're probably going to lose. So let's see if either of them is able to string together a big combo, or just generally have solid accuracy, above 95 for a decent portion of the map, or for most of the map by the end of it. I think would qualify as good accuracy on this pick. And I know that seems low right now at the start of the map, but once you really get into things, this starts to be a real act killer for a lot of players.
Yeah, I mean, once we get into the hard part, even 300 is going to be a pretty massive combo, so the longer Swiq can hold on, the better, as this is the best chance they're going to get to really push this score. It does finally find the miss, but ASecretBox traded back and really not able to capitalize all that much, as has only found about a 10,000 point lead out of the start, which is going to be nice, but you see how brutal these patterns are. You're going to find chain misses all over the place. The accuracy is going to start to tank, but thankfully for Swiq, the accuracy is tanking very evenly for both players. They are trading misses back and forth. ASecretBox does hold on through that pattern at least, so has somewhat of a combo advantage, but only 150 is not going to bring the score lead back super quickly. That chain miss from Swiq is massive, and that's going to flip the score back over in a heartbeat.
Yeah, this is no longer safe for Swiq whatsoever. ASecretBox also finding the chain misses though. Both players just missing quite a lot during this section. It's another chain miss there for ASecretBox, but way more of them during that part of the map for Swiq, and I think just generally higher 100 count during these parts of the map for Swiq, which is part of why those chain misses are so devastating for the accuracy for him, because if you don't have solid AC on the other stuff that you're not chain missing, then it's just going to make it that much worse. And Box has been able to hold the combo pretty well outside of those trademark double back main patterns in this map, and now is up to about a 25,000 score lead. Doesn't sound like much on paper, but again, cumulative score for these players is about 270k, so a 30k score lead is pretty good for Box right now.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting in the sense that it is a big score lead because it's so hard to find any combo to make that up. But at the same time, you could also very easily find 10 misses in a single pattern and drop a ton of score. But right now, Box is on a massive combo. 600 on this map is incredibly good. Now approaching 200k score at the 2/3 mark is on very good pace and could very well be matching those 300k scores we saw earlier from Welter and Nineric. Unfortunately, Swiq is falling pretty far behind, 50,000. It's not entirely insurmountable, but it's going to take a lot to make the comeback here as Swiq continues to find misses. And while I think this point may not be the win for Swiq, it certainly has been good content. So we thank Swiq for that at least.
It certainly is good content. Unironically, this is in the pool, not even for content. This is just something that was good for the pool, so we put it in. This was one of the last maps we added rather than something we pulled around, which was... That's kind of the opposite, right? Usually you say, oh yeah, this is the round where we're pulling DJ Mag top ranker, right? We're pulling Chemomedi EDM squad here. That was not the case here. We had the hidden pool basically done. We had the whole pool basically done and then threw this in like as a last map because it happened to do what we thought the pool needed. It's not really how that usually goes, but I guess it works. And another huge combo, by the way, for Box. Swiq also finding a massive combo during that section, but unfortunately it just doesn't matter if Box is matching it with better accuracy the whole time. And that is going to be the end of the map, pretty much. That is all she wrote. Box looking to top score this for now. Coming up on 350k, nearly 1,000 combo by the end of this map for ASecretBox, and he has absolutely demolished this. I mean, 370k and climbing, still holding this massive combo, still holding over 1k combo. Is he going to hit 400k by the end of the map? No, just barely. Not enough for 400k, but that is an absolutely huge score. 398k for ASecretBox on this map with Hidden is absolutely huge. That is a fantastic score for him.
Yeah, currently the best hidden score on the leaderboard is 1.3k combo from Mokinamo, so Box was not that far off in the tournament match. Very impressive way to close this one out, and that's going to be a win for Box. Swiq will drop down to the losers bracket, and we'll be playing, I believe, Picapone. No, we'll play the winner of Nineric, Carlos Flo, and ASecretBox will go on to play Welter. That should be a pretty good matchup as well.